Okay, I want to teach you some really basic stuff that is actually really important. When you're going into a sale, you need to follow some main important steps. So step one is a needs assessment, and this is going to be really the thing that brings us all the way through. It's going to be what we use the entire time we're selling here. So in your needs assessment, you're gonna ask the client, now let's use like a gym, you're selling personal training, that's what I was looking for. So if you're selling personal training, for example, and you've got, let's say I'll be selling to me. So I would wanna sit down with them, of course, build some rapport, thank them for coming in. First of all, thank you so much for coming in. Let's go ahead and sit down, figure out what I can do for you here, make sure we're the right fit for you. So Mr. Customer, what is it brings you in? Why are you here? What are we trying to achieve? That's a question I like a lot, actually. What are we trying to achieve? What are you looking to achieve is really important. And just ask them, and then stop talking. And I would just sit there quietly. Stop talking. I've told you guys this so many times. Don't talk too much in a sale. You know, I'm not very strong, and I just feel kind of like a lump. Like I play with my kids, and I'm always tired all the time. Now, anything else that's brought you in here? Yeah, you know, my friends are all in better shape than me, and I just feel like, again, like I gotta get on the same level as these guys, and I feel like it's just, yeah, really important. And I would be doing exactly this, guys. I would actually be writing every one of these things down. So my next step in my needs assessment, what you need to do is go 2 levels. So you need to go deeper than just what they tell you. You need to figure out how that makes them feel now and how it's gonna make them feel later. And we're gonna use that throughout the whole process here. My next thing here, I've done my needs assessment, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clarify, and my goal here is I wanna understand if what I'm hearing is accurate, because I don't want to sell them the wrong product. Clarify and reiterate. So it sounds to me, Mr. Customer, like, you know, you want to look better, you want to feel stronger, you know, with your kids, you want to be more confident. Actually, in this, I would have a couple more questions. I would want to ask them, so you would lean in, I would say it exactly like this. Now, Mr. Customer, all this aside, on a scale of 1 to 10, how committed are you to achieving your goals for yourself and for your family and actually changing your life? And I would ask it like that. And I would be slow, and I would have an emphasis, and I would probably a little quieter, because when you get quieter, people tend to listen a little bit more because it's harder to hear you, so they have to work harder to hear you. And so now, what I would do in this is I would hype them up. I want them to understand how this is important, and I need to get them emotional about it with me. So I'm really excited to hear that you're as committed as I am. And I'll tell you something, there's not that many people that come in here and tell me that they're 10 out of 10 committed. And I'm really proud of you already that you're here. Like, you've taken the first step. So what I did there is I got really emotional with it, and I really got them to listen. It's like I grabbed a hold of them and I said, listen to what I'm saying right now. You've got to feel this, right? That's got to be emotional. And I'm truly super excited to change this person's life. And I'm gonna have them remember this conversation. This one little boom is gonna be a boom impact in their life, this meeting that I just had. So now I'm gonna finally get to selling. As you can see, we spent a lot of time just getting to this point. We haven't started selling yet. All right, so now let's sell. Now we're going to sell on the end result goals. That's the whole thing, right? We've clarified, we've reiterated. Now we can start talking about our program. So you should already have an offering, and out of those offerings, you've probably, let's say you had 5 things that you generally offer, 5 programs as a personal trainer. You would likely have selected 3 of these, or you'd want to select 3 that work for this customer. You want to select one that is the intense one, in this case, an intense, really expensive, full-blown package. You want a medium one, which is I can still help you achieve your goals, but it's on a reasonable scale that's easy for most people to achieve. So you're gonna start like this. You're gonna tell them the wrong one. So we're going to make sure they understand that the credibility that we have. So I'd say, Mr. Customer, I have 3 programs that I'm thinking of. Now I have one of them that I actually don't think is right for you. It's only 3 days a week. And the reason I don't think it's right for you is because you've shown me that you're a lot more committed than somebody else, than some people I see. So I don't think that we should do that one. I just thrown it out there that it's an idea if you decided you wanted to pull back on your commitment level here. For what you're looking for, I think one of these other 2 is gonna be just fine for you. So we have this one here, and you'd make your offer. Again, I'll build this offer right now just for you to see it. Say, Mr. Customer, on the other hand of things, we have one that is a 7-day-a-week, 12-month program. It is going to take you from your current state to being an absolute monster, be in the best shape of your life. Your family's gonna be proud of you, you're gonna be proud of you, your friends are gonna be saying, what happened to you? Now, this includes like a diet change, it includes everything, and it can be a little overwhelming. So that's one that I need to know from you if you want to go all that way till we're talking about huge diet changes, we're talking about the way you sleep, the way you eat, everything you do gets changed. Or the one that I think might be right for you, Mr. Customer, is going to be this medium one here. It's 8 months. I think that we can achieve your goals in 8 months if you follow my my guidance here. We're offering right now a free diet plan. If you go with that one right now, that ends today actually. So, but it sounds like you're ready to go anyways. And so what I would do is I would say, I love this stuff. I would say that while looking down, and I wouldn't look back up at them on that last one. That's just a little hook I would throw in there, little something. But it sounds like you're ready to go today anyways. Now, and you would just move on, right? Because you want to, for me, I would want to get it in their head that we're buying something today, right? I did that twice by saying that sale ends today, but that's okay. But it sounds like you're ready to go today. So I've said today. 8 months, that's 5 days a week. And let me do some math here. So that's $16,000 I would want to charge for that. Now, again, I'm going to give you the free diet plan, which would normally be an extra $500. I'm throwing that in for free. And then I've got you a deal now today. It's $12,000. And you might want to offer it as a full price. One thing I would do is say, now, Mr. Customer, the one thing I don't do is I don't allow people to get out easily. I only want to work with you if you tell me that you are fully committed to changing your life and becoming a new person. That is why I'm here. And I've done it enough times to know that I can do it with you. Okay, so now we need to start closing hard, and we need to overcome their objections because they're inevitably going to have some. So, Mr. Customer, what's your preferred method of payment? That's a great question, brings you from what you're currently doing to closing. But I do want to go through on this video just some objection handling with you. The ones that you're going to run into the most are price, time, and quite simply a bit of a smokescreen is just not ready. So to address all of these, price. Oh wow, I didn't expect it to be $12,000. Okay, no problem. What were you expecting to spend? Figure this out, what they were expecting. Oh, I thought it would be like 4. Okay, I totally understand where you're coming from. There are programs like that. Now, they're gonna say something like, well, they're gonna give you a reason. I gotta talk to my wife about that. Okay, well, if your wife were to say, no, that's too much money, what would you do? Would you do it anyways? Well, yeah, I would do it anyways. Well, then let's go, right? You can say, no, I wouldn't do it. Okay, now, do you think that your wife would say no to you building who you are and who you're trying to be? Do you think she would be upset if you paid for this program and it meant you were healthier, you lived a longer life, you had a better life with your family? Do you think she would be against you doing those things for yourself? Well, no, I don't think so. Okay, so we can assume that she's on board, can't we? So that's one way I might overcome that. Time, look, I'm just too busy. But I've had people that have said they're too busy. And look, life is not going to get simpler for you. It never does for any of us. Because as soon as things start to get simple, we fill it with something else. And I'm suggesting that you fill your time that you probably do have. I just need to help you find it. You just need to fill that time that you actually do have with something productive like this, rather than scrolling on your phone. Because look, I wouldn't ask people this normally, but I dare you to open up your phone and show me your screen time. And I guarantee you that time right there is all we need in order to change your life. So the screen time close, I call it, it's a great close for anything like this, a screen time close. And then the last one is I'm just not ready. Okay, what are you waiting for? Well, I just want to make sure it's the right fit for me, the right gym for me. Okay, so is it, it sounds like, again, I would clarify this, it sounds like you just need to make sure that you feel comfortable with me and the facility. Is that accurate? Yes. Okay, well, here's what I'd like to do for you. Let's go ahead and move this forward today, get everything done, and I'm gonna make sure that there's a clause in there so that you can cancel, no questions asked, with a full refund for your first 2 weeks. Because if you're not happy after 2 weeks, I would want to give you your money back and to part ways. I know I can achieve these things. You've told me that you're committed enough. So if you are actually ready to take action, then I know that we're gonna be able to achieve these things and you're gonna be thrilled. So does that sound fair enough? Is 2 weeks, I think that's a pretty long time to make sure you're happy with that. We're gonna have done 10 sessions by that point. You'll already be getting healthier. Does that sound fair enough? Did we go ahead and do that paperwork today and get you started with that 2 week refund, if possible, if you have to get it? And they're gonna say, yes, that's fine, I understand. Cool. Now, if they just say, well, no, it's just too much money, I literally just don't have that. Okay, Mr. Customer, so you would wanna start by just saying the price and not giving away everything that you have right off the get-go. Because if they come back to price again, let's say, and they say, well, no, it's just too expensive, like I literally don't have that much money. I totally understand. I've had many people in the past feel that way. You're no different than anybody else. Most of us are not sitting on a bunch of cash here. So what I would like to suggest is in our contract, we do have an option. We don't do it for everybody, but I would be willing to do it for you, where we take a monthly payment for this. You would be still committed to the full term, but I would let you do that monthly payment, and your monthly payment on that would only be $1,000. So you might have to stop drinking coffee, but I think we can get that done for you. Does that sound fair enough? Can we move forward today? So I've talked about this lots. Overcome the objection and close. Overcome and close. Right, so this isn't gonna be everything, guys. This is just some lessons that come to mind. I've never sold fitness, but I'm trying to show you guys how you sell anything. right? The steps that you would take. So I hope this helps for you. Go out, make some money, but please come back to this video. Let me know, comment down below, what do you sell? And I'd be happy to talk to anybody about this stuff. I love it. I'm not gonna charge you for anything. If you wanna ask me questions, I'm not here to sell you a course or anything. Ask me some questions in the comments, DM me, whatever, send me a message. I wanna know what you're selling, and I would be happy to chat with you about how I can do this. If anybody wants 10 minutes of my time, 5 minutes, I'll give it to you to help you improve. Hope that helps, guys. Have a great day.